So we have a truckload already combined out of my corn, and Dad took that to the elevator in Pipestone, Minnesota. And I am just about ready to fill up the second truck off the combine with corn that has to go to Elkton, South Dakota. Two different elevators because I go to Pipestone, and my friends that I'm farming this field with, they like to go to Elkton. So we're just kind of sharing this field, splitting it up, and we're, like I said, we're going to have to go in two different directions to combine all of this stuff and get the corn out of the field into the elevator. And that's fine. It's just that we have to keep track of who goes where and how many truckloads go in each direction. And I've got a Excel spreadsheet that I use to help me with that, something that I have on my computer, and that computer is in the grain cart with me right now, or out in the field with me right now, I should say. So when I get back to the end of the row, which will be in about a minute or so, I'll have just enough to fill up the red truck, and I will be heading off to go to Elkton. So, I'll have you guys come ride with me in the semi, and we'll be heading that way here very shortly. Okay, so we got to the elevator, We're going to go over the scale so they can see how much corn that I have on the semi. And then when they give us the green lights, we're going to go wait in line behind a whole line of other semis and tractors and trucks, because a lot of people are hauling corn to the elevator at this time, this harvest season. And again, that's just because there's a lot of corn out there and not everybody has enough room at home to store it. So that's how we're going to have to do it this year, and that's okay. So I don't know if you can see the scale head up there. It says 81,800 pounds. And there's a red light on there for right now. As soon as it turns green, I can go. And we got a green light, so we are off to wait in line. Okay, it's finally my turn to unload here at the elevator. I've got to wait for the guy that works here to finish sweeping the last of the corn that was in the trailer from the guy ahead of me. And as soon as he's done with that, I'll pull onto the scale or onto the pit, and he's going to tell me when to stop. So if you watch right back over here, somebody's going to be showing me when I need to stop with my truck to get right where I need to be for that first hopper. So just pull ahead nice and slow. Right there is our first stop. So now I'll go tell them who it's for, and I'll be right back. And now we have to go and unload the rear hopper. Right there, we'll stop. I'll be right back again. Okay, we got our truck unloaded. So now we're going to go back to the field where Mom already has another truckload and then some combine and waiting for us in the grain cart and the combine itself. We'll get either Dad's truck or this truck loaded again, and we'll take off and go back to the elevator because they close now in 2 2.5 hours. So we have to get back home, get the trucks loaded as quick as we can, and get back to the elevator before they close for the day, or else we're not going to get a whole lot done. So off we go, and we'll catch up with you guys when we're back at the farm. Talk to you then. So I've got just enough time to get to the elevator one more time tonight. We're gonna go to a different one though. The one I took you guys to last time was in Elkton, South Dakota. This time, it is currently just about 6 o'clock. The elevator in Elkton closes at 6, but the elevator in Pipestone, Minnesota is open until 7. So I've got the truck loaded with my corn. We're gonna take that, head over to Pipestone. We'll catch you guys there. So we're in line at the elevator over here at Pipestone. There's a bunch of trucks waiting to get scaled in. There's a bunch of trucks waiting to dump over there. And if I bring you back in here, you should be able to see that there are two big grain stackers working to unload trucks over there as well. This elevator is a lot bigger than the one we were at in Elkton. A lot more trucks come here every single day, and therefore they've got a lot more corn to deal with. Let's get everything set up and we'll catch up to you guys when we get to the scale itself. It's our turn to pull up to the scale house. They are going to take a sample of corn with their probe, and that sample is going to tell them how wet or how dry this load is and let them know which bunker I need to go to. But first, I need to tell them who this corn is for. So I need to scan my card, tell them it's me, tell them I'm selling corn, and now we wait. And if you'll watch, right back up here, that blue thing is going to spin over and come on top of the trailer here, and it's going to poke down in, and it's going to grab a couple little samples of corn, again just to kind of check to see what quality it is, and again that's going to help them to dictate or determine which one I go to. So okay, next up is the scale. We'll see you guys there. So we are on our way to the scale now. It got dark pretty quick, but there is a little bit of cloud cover and there's no moon right now either. But anyway, we're coming up to the scale here. Only one truck at a time on the scale, so we have to wait till the truck in front of us gets off. And as soon as he's past the scale right there, now it's our turn to get on. So we'll drive onto our scale. I'm going to need my little ticket again to let them know that it's me that they're weighing. And I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but right over there is what's going to be our actual weight. So we are at 82,120 pounds, and they're telling me to go to pit number 3, which is nice. That means I don't have to wait for the stack movers to help me out here. Let's go to the pit and we'll get unloaded. And now we're wheeling up to pit number 3, and they are going to get us unloaded real quick and back on the road way faster than some of those other guys are. And I am pretty happy about that, if I'm being honest with you. That means I get to go home and have supper that much quicker. I don't know if you guys can quite see it or not, but the truck in front of me is unloading, and it goes pretty quick. So before we know it, it's going to be our turn to go up onto the scale here. Oh, so it's just like last time. There's going to be a guy back here that shows me when to stop. You can see him in that mirror, I think. There, that's better. He'll get them opened up. There he goes. And you just open the traps wide open and let her go. It's important to note, and I think you can see it in here, that I do have the tarp rolled open, because when that corn comes out that fast, it acts like a lid on a Tupperware container or something like that, and it'll actually suck that tarp down, and it'll rip the tarp and break a bunch of the bows, all that stuff, and we don't want any of that to happen. So we have to make sure that the tarp is open when we come to the elevator. The front hopper's empty. And we're waiting for him to get that closed again. And then we'll move forward. And we'll stop there. Open the traps. And we're dumping corn. That easily said and done. As soon as he gets the hopper empty, it's time to go back to the scale and we'll weigh out and grab our receipt and we'll be heading back for the farm. We're coming back up to the outbound scale. The same rules apply. One truck on the scale at a time, so we have to wait until the truck ahead of us is completely off, and then we'll take off and get on the scale and they'll weigh us empty. And again, the difference in what we weighed coming in full of corn and what we weigh leaving is the amount of corn that we left here. And that's what we're gonna get paid for. The truck is off, so it's our turn to get on. Empty, our truck weighs 26,200 pounds. Well, 25,000. It was a little bit higher for a little bit there. I gotta scan my ticket again. And that is how they know that it's this truck that they weighed in and sampled. And I'll get my receipts. And just like that, we have our receipt. We are good to go home, which is a good thing because supper's waiting and I'm hungry.